Hello everyone. It's indeed inspiring to see you back again. And we are here in this business analyst series. We are going to help you with step-by-step journey to learn and develop your skills as a business analyst. Here, you will learn a lot about how to interact with client, how to capture the user stories, how to document them and produce BRDs and SRS, how you can do the data modeling part, UML modeling, software methodologies, Agile, Scrum and DevOps, so many and so much things to learn. So I insist you to go through this particular series and get an advantage on business analyst.
In this particular video, we would see about how the database management tools would also help a business analyst. So while if you are a business analyst, you should also have the knowledge about the database tools. Like here, we would be studying about MySQL, and the language which is used in the MySQL is SQL language. So let's discuss about the SQL language. SQL is a structured query language. That means each and every data point is in a structured way or a structured format, and we use this particular language to retrieve the data. So this would help us to retrieve the data from the database. So multiple databases are available in the market, and we would be specifically focusing upon the MySQL. As database, you were wondering about what is database. So database is nothing but it is a computerized way of storing a data, and it is in a structured format. So this structured format data can be accessed with the help of certain languages, or certain language which is used is in the MySQL is SQL. So this particular database can be accessed, modified, or if we want to insert the data, we can do that as well. If we want to retrieve the data, we can do that as well also. So this is nothing but we can easily get or we can easily put something. So here we can understand that it is nothing but a container where we can store everything. So what SQL does is it is a mediator between the user and the database. So it is a path, we can say it is a bridge between the user and the particular database where the data is being stored. This mediator is SQL, which executes certain commands, which execute the queries, or what is the needful for the user. The syntax is being framed in the SQL and given to the computer to retrieve something out of it. So this is a mediator. We can say it is a language to communicate between the computer and the user. So there are different kinds of databases in the market. Like we can observe here hierarchical database, we can observe here network database. There is also a relational database and object-oriented relational database. Each and every database has a unique features into it, and it is used for multiple purposes. So we would be particularly focusing on the relational database management system, and the example of relational database management is MySQL. So MySQL is a software, we can say it is a setup where we would be using the SQL language to retrieve the database. It is a software. And what is relational database? So we have understood what is database. We have understood it has to manage something. The managing system should be there to manage the data. And what is relational database management system then? So relational database management system is nothing but here we can observe that there are multiple tables into it, multiple sheets we can say in the Excel we have. So these sheets, the sheets in the Excel, multiple sheets in the Excel should have relationship between each and every sheet. Or in the MySQL, we would create that table sheet as a table, and each table should have the relationship between the two tables. So the relationship making is a little bit complicated thing, which is not available in the previous databases like hierarchical network. So the relationship is observed in the relational database management system, and we would be studying that. So in this particular video, we would observe here that relational database is being studied into the MySQL, and in the MySQL, to create this relationship, we would be using certain commands, certain constraints, certain syntaxes we would be framing to create this relationship between the two tables or two entities. So these kinds of keywords are nothing but they are we can say it is the keywords which are used to identify certain things. So let us understand what are the different languages or different kinds of subsets which are used in the MySQL to create this relationship or to create the tables, or creating that tables is also called as entity. It is nothing but a term we can say for representing the particular table or a sheet. So sheet or table is also called as entity. So let's understand about this in the detail. So here we can see that we have MySQL. We have studied MySQL, that it is a software which uses SQL language, and SQL has certain subsets into it. So what are these subsets? These are DDL. That means it is a language which is using certain more languages or sub points in the language. That is DDL, DML, DQL, DCL, and TCL. So DDL is nothing but data definition language. So where the data is being defined, where the particular structure is being defined is called as DDL, data definition language. So in the DDL, we all deal with only the schema of the particular structure, or the structure we deal with is of database or a table. So in this DDL language, or it is a subset of a language that is SQL, we would study how to create a database and how to create a table. So it is already defining that we are dealing with a structure only. Means the database is a structure, a table is a structure. So in the DDL, we deal with only the structure of the table or structure of the database. So it also contains more commands like drop. So if we create a database, we can drop as well. If we create a table, we can drop that table as well. So we are dealing with again the schema. We are dealing again with a structure. So we have here more subpoints, that is database and table. That means we can drop the database, we can drop the table. So if we can create the structure, we can drop also. Okay. So another command we have here, that is alter. So in alter, we have more commands into it. So let's understand about it. So in the alter, we can alter a table, not a database. So database is a one container only. We cannot alter that. So even if I have just created the flow or a mind chart where it is representing a database and table, above the here we have drop and create, although the alter command only works on the tables. So in the table, we can alter the column. So a table contains rows and columns. Okay, so every table contains columns and each row. So in the alter table, we can alter the column and we can rename the column. we can give new name to the column, and also we can change the data type of the column. So we'll see that into the more sessions as well, like how can we change the data types and all. So again, we have one more command into the alter table where we deal with the dropping of a column. So in previously we saw how to drop a database. Also we saw how to drop a table. It contains dropping of table and database as well. And here we are dealing with the dropping a column. So this drop is different one, which is dealing with only columns. Okay. So one more command we also have in DDL, that is truncate command. So truncate is a fully, we can say, which is used on the data. So which deletes every point of data, we can say every data point, leaving back behind only the structure. The only structure is left behind, leaving only schema, and all the data points are deleted. That means all table is deleted. All tables data is deleted. So truncate, whenever we use, we delete all the data from it. So again, one more command is there, that is comment. Comment is used just for guiding the user for the particular instructions, or like if we want to explain certain things in the comment, we can give that. So one last command which is there into the DDL is renaming. So we saw the rename also in the table. We have in the alter as well, renaming a column. But what about a database and table? So if we want to rename the table, we can rename the table as well. We can rename the database as well. So all which we are like dealing into the DDL is only related to the schema, only related to the structure, nothing else. So it is called as where the data is been defined. It is defined into the structure, and we have to define that structure using DDL commands. So this is how like DDL commands would be working with or dealing with. So in the DML, coming back to the subsets, again we have a DML. DML is nothing but data manipulation language, where we manipulate the data, where the data is being manipulated, where we can access, we can insert the data, we can delete the data, we can update the data. So it deals with the insert, update, and delete, where we have to, like if the table is created and we want to insert certain records into it, we can insert the record using this particular keyword or this particular insert command. And if we want to update the existing data, the data has been inserted using insert command, but what if it changes after a certain time? We can update that as well in the database. So if certain records or certain things gets deprecated, we want to remove that. So we can handle that particular situation as well by using a delete command. We can delete certain records from the database, from the tables. Database contains tables, the objects, and these objects contains certain records. So we can delete that records using the keyword, that is delete. So this was all about the data. In DML, we deal with the data, and in DDL, we deal with the structure. Okay, so next comes DQL. So DQL is data query language, where 70% of the command is DQL. Whenever we handle the data, we can see 70% use is being done of only DQL, that is select. We'll see that as well. But other than this, all the things are like 30% and 70% is on basis of DQL, that is selecting something. Or we can say here, it is the copy of the database. We are making a copy of a database and retrieving it temporarily and just displaying into the screen of the user using select command. So select command is used to query the language. We use this particular select as a query. We have a question, we have a certain question to be asked to the system or to the computer using this command, and this command would create a copy of the database and retrieve temporarily on the screen. Okay, so we just understood about the how to just view the data, how to just display the data, how to just filter out and display without making changes into the database with the help of DQL command. So the next command is DCL. So DCL is nothing but data control language, where we control the data. How to control a data? Data is being given or been taken, where it is been given with the help of grant keyword. So grant is basically having a privilege to access the data or retrieve that data, or we can just view what is there inside the database and what is about to revoke. So that which the person is being granted the access of accessing the particular database is being taken back that privilege, where that person is not able to view the data right now if the revoke command is being used. So this is how the data is being controlled, means if the person is given a privilege, he can access the data, and if he is taken out, that means revoked a command or revoked certain privileges, he would not able to retrieve that particular data. So in the next we have TCL, that is transaction control language. In the transaction control language, we can see here the data which is being transaction is being done between that control is we can see here that control is being derived, or that control is being set with the help of this keyword. So if I have done certain transactions like retrieving or inserting certain records, if I want to save that particular transaction or all the things which I have done till now, I would use the commit here. So I would just save all the things which I have been done. So the rollback, why it is used? Rollback is used to undo the changes which I have done. So even if it is committed, then I won't be able to access that particular transactions which is being done. So the commit plays a very important role over here, which saves the changes permanently. But in the rollback of what all transactions is being done, even if I haven't saved it, commit like the transactions are not saved, then I can easily access the previous transaction only when it is not committed. What is set transaction? The transaction is being set where it is used to set the particular data which is being transacted. Next, we have a save point. So save point is used to save at a particular point. And whenever we want to roll back, we just don't do the rollback. we just have a save point and we can roll back till that particular point. So everything would be rolled back if we didn't had the save point. So if we know about the save point, we can save, we can have a point at that particular the transaction can be saved as a save point, and till that point we can roll back. Rather than just roll back everything, we can just have a point where we can actually have a destination or actually have a label till what we have to roll back. So this was all about the commands in the SQL which can be used to manipulate the data, which can be used to define the structure. And we also in the next video would see how to just go through and install the particular software, and will basically deal with each and every command and go the overview of the particular SQL commands.
If you like this video, please do share it with your friends and those who need it. And don't forget to press the bell icon and also subscribe to our channel so that you can get all the videos notifications readily in your account.